So Brazilian guitar influence parts. So when you're approaching these lines, you need to combine two separate parts, the bass part and the chordal comping pattern. Combining and playing these two lines cleanly and smoothly throws up a few different challenges. Number one, you need to be aware of both parts. Number two, you need to make each individual part stand out when you're playing them. And number three, you need to work on and develop rhythmical independence. If you work on each point separately, then combine them to complete the line, this will make it sound full. These lines and this way of playing is perfect and pretty unique. It's also unexpected somewhat on bass. When you're accompanying a singer or an instrumentalist, like we mentioned before in the introduction, you need to cover both parts. So take the following points into consideration. Number one, study and tap out each part separately and then combine them together. We'll do that in a second. Number two, play each part separately on the bass. And number three, think as a drummer when you're developing your rhythmical independence. By using separate hands to tap out separate parts, this will make you more aware of each part. And then once you put them together, then you'll start to hear the full pattern as it's supposed to be heard. Point three, thinking as a drummer, will possibly feel a bit unnatural to most players. And it might be a bit difficult at first because we're not used to working on rhythmical independence. And like I said, drummers and percussionists work on this all the time, but as bass players and other instrumentalists, we don't tend to. However, it's essential to develop this skill in order to play this style because, like I said in the introduction, we want each part to stand out and have its own space, and then when we put them together, we also want each part to stand out while we're playing the full pattern. So let's have a look at tapping out one of the rhythms. The first one we'll look at is, if you look on the comping sheet in the book, it's marked bar 3. So we'll have a look at bar 3, which is a 2-bar pattern, and we'll have a look at bar 5, which is another 2-bar pattern. So yeah, let's have a look at these. So let's have a look at the separate parts that we're going to play on the bass. First of all, let's have a look at the bass part. The bass rhythm, I should say. Now this is just going to be 2 half notes per bar. So 2 minims per bar, root, fifth, root, fifth. So if we tap that rhythm out at that tempo, 2, 3, 4. And so on. That's the constant bass guitar rhythm, the bass part rhythm. So the next one we're going to look at is the comping pattern, the chordal pattern, which is like this. So at the quarter note, put these two parts together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really good to practice these patterns like this so you can get used to the rhythmical independence involved, and then we're going to apply it to the bass. Let's have a look at bar 5. So still the same bass rhythm, half notes. The chord comping rhythm this time is slightly different. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So putting those rhythms together, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's adapt this to the bass. So now let's look at the next 4-bar rhythmical cell. As we did before, we'll tap out each rhythm separately, then put them together. So the bass rhythm, and then the chord comping rhythm. Put those together, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next 2 bars in the cell, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The bass rhythm. And then the chord comping rhythm on this cell is all on the ands, all on the upbeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. So putting those two together, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. Let's apply that to the bass.